let's chit chat a bit. I'd like to start off by saying free crochet pattern in my shops available now. Also, a whole bunch of free stuff up in my shops. Okay, you. I meant to tell you guys that yesterday or whenever the last live was. I was planning on that being like the last thing I said, but it wound up being not said. So I'm starting this live by saying it first. Okay, so coffee shop is a brewing. Okay, the coffee is hot. And if you don't like coffee, peruse around the shop and see what I got. Okay, okay. So, me myself at the moment, I'm sipping on some tea, with some lime, cause I love me some lime in my hot tea. Okay, I'm sipping on me some hot tea with some lime and some lemon. Yes. So, and 2 bags, okay? I like me 2 bags of tea, not 1. Um, so enjoying this, thought I'd hop on and tell you guys that. I'm so proud of my shops, my coffee shops. I got 2 of them, so you could check them out. I think they're in the description box or they're in any description box of my shorts. Um, and speaking of shorts, oh my goodness. I don't know who came up with it first. If this was a concept back in the 70s or 60s and then came back around, or if it's a new concept, there is a crochet short set. I don't know why I want to call it a set, but it's a crochet shorts pattern. It is so stinking cute. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. It it has the 4 granny squares and it has an additional 2 granny squares. Okay, so the reverse. Back last summer, I was looking for a pattern to make some shorts. And I did find a tutorial that showed me how to make some granny square shorts. So I was on my way to making that granny square short with that tutorial. Like it was like a see how to do this type of thing. So they showed how they did it. So I was on my way. I had made my 4 squares and then the weather got so hot that I didn't want that yarn to touch me anymore. So I started crocheting something else, even though the yarn was still hot and I didn't want that yarn to touch me. I was I was crocheting like holding the yarn as far off of me as possible last year when it got hot. Um but I was still crocheting. I did my thing last year, boy. Oh my goodness. I told you guys about everything I crocheted, but I didn't do like a look at everything I did type of video. But anyways, okay, so I made the 4 squares and the tutorial I was looking at the how to look what I did. This how I made my shorts type of video that I was watching. They only made 4 squares and they like sewed them on the sides together and then they sewed them around the top part for the waist. Yeah, that's about it for that pattern. So I made my 4 squares and I didn't go any further than that because I just told you guys why. Um, and this year I see this pattern for that calls for 4 squares plus an additional 2 squares. And I mean, it's like magic. Like they put the 2 squares in the middle of the 4 squares, and then they bring the 2 corners together and the other two, and then they switcheroo. Oh, that's the magic part right there. Oh my God. I be looking like they m- magicians. They do that switcheroo and turn it into shorts, and then they tie it. They make some ties for it and tie it from the front to the back. Oh, it's so beautiful. So instead of going with the first tutorial how to video that I was watching last year, I think I'm gonna make an additional smaller squares and turn my shorts into this new found fangled shorts pattern that I'm seeing and I'm liking. Um yeah, I didn't ask if it came from the 70s or the 60s. I think it did. I don't know, but like yeah, I don't know if it's a new concept or not, but it's cool. It's a cool concept. It looks so amazing to be able to do that. To turn it's like feels it looks like a magic trick to me. It looks like a magic trick. They take 4 square and that's the big okay, so it's a combination of 4 big squares. That's gonna be your short. And then 2 smaller squares, that's gonna be the crotch area for the shorts. And then they sew it up and like I said, they take one corner, put it to the other corner, and then take the other corner, and then it folds into the shorts. That be the trick. That part right there when they do that, it's like voila. It's like it's mind blowing. And I'm not the only one that be looking at it and be like, wow, you what? How did you do that? It's like voila, and it's blowing our minds. Like we just be like, do that again. Like, how did you do that? Like it looks like a magic trick, y'all. But the people that's doing the magic trick, they're not doing the magic trick. I'm calling it a magic trick because that's what it feels like when we looking at it. Well, I'm assuming that's what other people are thinking too. Well, maybe they're not thinking it look like a magic trick, but I'm thinking it look like a magic trick because it would just be like, wow, how you do that? So they say when you make it yourself, you'll see how it's done. Like you gotta get there. And when you get to the spot, you'll see how to do it. But there's been other people that have slowed down and showed what corners to put with what corner and how to fold it and unfold it and fold it how it turns into shorts. And that's cool too to see that and it's just like wow, it's so magical. I love crochet, y'all. And you could probably do this with knitting, of course, with the same concept, just knit it. Um, but yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do with my 4 squares that I was gonna make into shorts last summer. And I did see this one woman, she was making dishcloths, or no, she was making bath cloths. And well, no, she said they were dishcloths, but she mentioned taking a bath with them, didn't she? Oh no, no, no. She was talking about scrubbing, but for some reason I was thinking bath. I think she said she did a front purse, back purse, and I was looking at her squares, and I was looking, I was like, is that the that look like the kaleidoscope pattern. I'm making a throw blanket utilize it's a kaleidoscope throw blanket, and it looked like she made her dishcloths with that pattern. I don't know. It looked like it though. It looked like it. It looked like it. Well, I'm like, okay, I know that pattern. I'm up here recognizing patterns. And I tell you another thing. I was watching one of my crochet crushes. I think I only got one. Um she was having a live stream and she had something behind her. I wanted to ask her, but my eyes looked. I looked. I was like, "Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do." I was like, and I saw. I'm like, that pattern looks familiar. So I looked and I recognized the pattern. I recognized the stitches. So I'm over here recognizing stitch work. And then so I was like, I wonder what it is. I wanted to ask her, what is it? Like, is it a blanket? Is it a shawl? So I, instead of asking, because she was talking to the chat and interacting with the chat, while she was doing that, I went and looked at her page to look, because I was looking, I was counting the rows, and I went looking at her page to see if she had it on her page, and she has it on her page, and it's a shawl. I thought it was a shawl too. I was like, okay, I can make a shawl with that pattern. Okay. I was like, yes, okay, that's on my list. And it's another shawl on my list too that's in one of my books. My yarns book. I would like to make a shawl from that book. Um also she has um a blanket on her channel as well as this shawl. She has a lot of stuff, but those are the two things that stuck out to me was the shawl that I was interested in behind her because I noticed the stitch pattern because I've been working on the stitch pattern myself, just not in the shawl form. Uh, and she has a blanket. She has a Tetris blanket. I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing now. I love it. Like I think they all granny squares, and she done made a Tetris blanket utilizing granny squares and the different colors and things. I was like, okay, I see you, girl. You doing it. Like I love it. So I put those two things on my watch later list so I can go back and follow her tutorials on how to make that Tetris blanket and that shawl. Yes. So yeah, that's a little bit of the crocheting things that I've been up to. Another thing I mentioned, a crochet pattern is available in my shop. I made that up. Okay, so I had people asking me to teach them to crochet. So I've been doing my best to make that happen. And so how I've been fulfilling that request, how I've been acquiescing that request, because I felt inclined to acquiesce that request to teach you all who asked me to crochet, how to crochet. So there's a simple square pattern in the shop. There's abbreviations in the shop. There's a stitch guide in the shop. Um, there'll also probably be some more, uh, maybe one more thing. I'm trying to see what all I can give y'all. what all I can give y'all. I think I'm working on it, but that's enough, ain't it? While I'm sitting up here trying to milk the cow. I think that's good. I did want to give you guys a diagram so you can start learning the diagrams. So check on that part. I wanted to give a stitch guide. I did that, so check on that part. Um, I do have crochet videos that you can look at. I also have uh videos that you could just put on and crochet to, so you can have some crochet company. Um, so that's what's all available at the moment. I do have some specific videos that I made. Like I did like a crochet marathon type of thing where it was like a crochet along type of DJ. I was DJing. Those are, I've been thinking about making those available. I hadn't figured out how though. I hadn't figured out how to package that. Just yet. Cause I was DJing. I had put together some playlists, and it's a live situation. So I had some people pop through the live while I was DJing. Um, so it's a bit conversational type scenario plus music, chattery, chit chat. um, so because I've been mentioning this and bringing it up every every now and again. When I figure out how to package that and make it available, I will do that as well. Um, but in between time, in the meantime, I have, if you do want some music tip, if you want some, music playlist, I do have that available already. I got excellent high vibration music available that I have shared that is available. You can put that on while you crochet if you want to, or whatever you do. So it's like nothing really to wait on. You can get started already. Anything else I give would be bonus. Okay. It'll be a bonus. I done gave the bare necessity for you to start crocheting. Okay. And you can share your progress and things with me. I've left the con- comment section open for you to share like the care bear that you care, like um so yeah, you can share what you do, how you do. um I hope I'm I think I don't know though, but I'm thinking, okay, so the diagram that I made and available yesterday, I think it's clear to follow. If you have that and the stitch guide, you good. I think you can follow that with both of those. Okay, both of them are free. Because I was looking at it myself and looking to see if I could follow it. And you know how people be like, if I could do it, you can do it. Well, I'm looking and I was like, I mean, and I was looking at the keys and the black dot that says start here. That's where I was kind of, question marks was popping in my head like, uh are my new beginners or even intermediate, are they gonna understand what that is? And because I was looking at it like, do I understand what that is? And so I went and looked at the stitch guide, and what the stitch guide said that was the start here, um, black dot. And if you get the stitch guide with the simple square pattern and compare them, utilize them together, you'll know what that black dot is. Okay. Because when I did that, when I went and looked at my stitch guide along with the simple pattern for the square, I was like, okay, I know what it is now. And then I could do it. But yeah, that black dot where I got the key saying start here, I was like, what is it? Like but yeah, the stitch guide will clear it up what it is and bim bop bim. Go for it. Let's try it out. Okay, go. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I got the social medias and things and teams for you to join as well. Hi, hi, hi. Okay. Um, I'm working on my sweater. It's actually a sweater. I've been calling it a top, and it's actually a sweater. Um, I looked at the tutorial the other day, and the tutorial says sweater. Hope Dope in the tutorial, she calls it a sweater, a star sweater. So I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm crocheting a star sweater. I've been calling it a top since I had started making it. I guess I can call it a sweater. I kind of didn't want to call it a sweater though because I was like, my head ain't gonna fit in no sweater. But because I mean, I wanted to make a sweater, but I had to think about my head, Lord. So because okay, so the first sweater that well actually like the first top that I tried to make, the yoke part was too small for my head. And I wasn't the only one. Somebody else said that they made that yoke part up and it was too small for their head. So I didn't see like another section that was like this size, chain this many for a small, chain this many for a medium, chain this many for a large, change this many for an extra large type. I didn't see that. I mean, as detailed as that pattern was, and I think I still got that pattern because I printed that pattern out. And I did look to see um the size because it just was too small for my head. It must have been a small or like a small person. It wasn't no big person like me. Because I know somebody else, the person that gave me that pattern, she said she uh crocheted it and she was fine, she could wear it. And me and somebody else was like, we can fit our sweater. So I ain't been crocheting no sweater, but now that I done came across this star sweater pattern, Hopadope, she makes the sweater to from the shoulder to shoulder to shoulder. So I'm able to get my head in. I'm able to get my head into there. So yeah. I can call it a sweater now, I guess. I ain't want to call it a sweater because I was like, sweater, sweater. From the first sweater I tried to make. But yeah, I've been looking at them and they are cute. I love a sweater. Like, come on with the cuteness. Um, so yeah, I'm still stitching up the sides. I did stitch up the shoulder parts. I do like how I stitched up the shoulder parts. I might have made a faux pas, but I like it. I like it though. So with the shoulders, I stitched it up using the slip stitch and I stitched it in the two loops that were closest to each other. Not the two outer loops, the two inner loops. And I like that. I like how it looked, I think. So far I like how it looked. So I went to try and stitch up the sides like that, but I don't like how the sides looking like that. So my stitches didn't add up. Like I'm like 3 to 4 stitches that didn't add up to one panel. So I don't know if one of my panels are bigger than the other one. I don't see how that could have been because that I don't get it. But so I took it out. I was like, phew, good. I didn't think I liked how that looked anyway. So this time I'ma stitch it up with the two outer stitches together. Yeah. Cause I did that on the other um sweater. So that's how it's going. I haven't started the green sweater because I'm trying to finish this fall sweater, this autumn sweater, which is I just got to stitch up the sides. But I don't know why, unless I don't know. I'm gonna have to count my stitches and see if it's congruent. Now, for the other sweater, I started at the corner and then went up to like the underarm area. But this time with this sweater, I went down from the underarm area to down, and then I was missing some stitches. Like one panel didn't, it didn't match up. So I was like, the, what do I do? Do I ignore these hanging stitches or what? So I took it out. I'm gonna count the stitches, see if they add up, and then maybe stitch it going the other way like I did with the other sweater. Um, yeah, that's that on that. Books. Ooh, guys, did you guys take advantage of the Stuff Your Earbuds Day or any of the free things that I shared? I shared some free Mother's Day gifts things on one of my platforms, not all of them, but one of my platforms. So if you want to see what all I share, yeah, go ahead and follow all of them. Because some platforms I share some things, and then the other platforms I share other things. Um, so so did you guys get any free books during uh this past weekend with the link that I shared, the website that I shared? Um, I think I got at least two. I know I got at least two books. I wanted to get more, but I was looking through the descriptions and I was like, mm, mm. I was trying to give them a chance, but I'll be picky sometimes. Like, oh, because I be thinking like in the back of my mind, I be thinking about the room that I got on my phone. Like I be thinking about the data, the what do you call it? The space, the gigabytes and the megabytes and the gigabytes and I be thinking about that. So I be like I be calculating that in my brain while I'm with the things I be thinking about downloading. So I be taking that into consideration. So I got at least two. I got at least two books, and they were audio books. All of them were audio books. This go round. The other time that I was told about a free book giveaway. It was ebooks. It was ebooks, and that was on my iPad. So I had got quite a few of those because I was being introduced to the genre and I'm still being introduced to the genre honestly because I hadn't read every genre that I've gotten so far. But yeah, it was those were PDFs, specifically PDFs. So this time it was audiobooks. I got two of them and um yeah, so let me know if you guys got any of those free books. Um I just happened to pun that one. Like I was just on my daily scroll and happened upon seeing, hey, we giving away free books between May 8th and May 9th. Tell a friend. So I told you guys and I showed up and I got my two books on May 8th. And okay, so I'm trying to transition to telling y'all about some other free books that I got. There's like a donation website that offers books for donations. And um hand in hand with that book, hand in hand with that website, I've been looking at book recommendations, and I've been like a squirrel gathering nuts with these book recommendations. And I heard about a new series. I heard about some other books. I'm trying to think. I think, oh man, I don't think I got them all. Oh, I'm just thinking. I saw the books, but like I said, I be calculating my data space or whatever. So I I go look at the books, but I don't download all of them. I look and see where I can get the books at and see how I can store them so that I can keep my freed up space and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, it's a book about a mermaid. It's called something Mer, the Year of the Mer or something like that. A couple of people have recommended that book. I went looking at that book, but I don't think I got it yet. I don't think I got that book yet. Um, but I think, see what I do, I do my best to share the recommendations that I I get and I like and I'm interested in. I'll share those recommendations so that you all can see them as well. And so I can go back and get them when I do go get them. I'll either put them on my wish list. Yeah, that's what I mostly do. If I can get the book, if I can put the book on my wish list, like right after I see the recommendation, I'll put it on my wish list. So that way I'll have a list of all the books that I've been recommended. Um, that's how I learned about Remarkably Bright Creatures. That was a book recommendation. And yeah, you can see all the book posts that I post are recommendations. I mean, when you look at the posts, they say recommendation. They it's not a secret book club or anything. When you look at my posts or my reposts, you can see the book recommendations that I'm sharing. Um, I was trying to think. Oh, yeah. So plenty of book recommendations. Plenty. I done came across some books that I done been recommended already. Actually, a few of them. And I hadn't read them yet. But now I'm like, how do I start? Where do I start? And I learned about a new series, two new series, at least two new series. Um, in addition to the series that's already on my wish list. Um, I don't know what the series is called. What's this? Into the Darkness? Is that what? No, I think that's Lights Out. Lights Out and Caught Up. I think that series called Into the Darkness. The series that I'm thinking about is it has Cinder in it. It's a retelling of fairy tales. One of them is called Cinder, short for Cinderella. Um, and I think these are all brown characters. I think. Cinder, she looked brown. She looked like she had like a afro puff. Um, I was able to put that on my wish list, and she's in a whole series. Something about the lunar something lunar series, lunar, yeah, something like that, lunar series. So I think I just learned about that series today or yesterday. So put that on my list. So I just been gathering book recommendations, and now I'm about tapped. Like the other day I kind of was tapped. I was almost like, okay, I'm feeling full. I'm feeling full on the book recommendations. I'm feeling full on the book recommendations. However, let me talk about these genres. It's some recommendations that I've been tiptoeing and kind of trying to peek at and stuff because I had been introduced to like 10 subgenres. I did not know romance had so many umbrella, so many branches. I didn't know romance branched off like it does with the different subgenres. So I was introduced to that last year. Hello, hi, and bye, and toodaloo to those who are leaving and coming. Thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already. If you would like, thumbs up and thumbs down. Those options are available to you. Thank you for your view. Uh, so yeah, I was introduced to the genres last year. So I'm making it my business to be open to the genres and read the genres so I can learn what's out there, what I like and things. Give the genres a try, okay? Give them a chance. So, um, there's one genre I might not give a try though because um I might not be built for that. Like I'm trying to keep an open mind and give all the genres a try, and I hear these readers gasping and gawking and uh giving warnings about the book. They don't necessarily say go read the book. They kind of give a warning as to like read this book at your own risk, basically saying that. So I at first I thought it was a book recommendation, so I did go and look to see if I could get the book, and I can. But I waited, and then I read the description, and it's not something I'm interested in. Um, it didn't wow me to read it. So I saw this post that was talking about how some books are said to be romance, but they really aren't. They really are something altogether other, another, something, I could say a word that it is. It starts with an A and ends with an E. I think I spelled that word right. And I was like, yeah, that's what it sound like, don't it? And so yeah, somebody already knew. And they was like, no, some of these books, they saying they romance, but they really not. They really boop boop boop. So I was like, okay, see, okay, you said it. I ain't had the words to put it together like you did, cause I'm thinking it's still romance, and then so yeah, the other reader, she was like, yeah, no, um, these that like what's really going on? What is this book really about? Like, is it really romance or is it boo boo boo? I was like, see, okay, okay, see. So because of that, I'm feeling what she's saying. I'm feeling what that reader's saying. So it's like, what you really reading? And what is it written for? And so if I want to read romance books, to call something romance and it's not, it's like misleading or maybe telling people that it is romance when it ain't, and I ain't feeling that. So some books I might, yeah, leave alone due to the content. So yeah, it's really like, I mean, I guess I could say basically like watch who you get recommendations from. Cause it'd be like, what the heck did I just read? And it'd be from a recommendation, and it'd be like, ugh. But yeah, I don't have at least one book that I was like that. But that wasn't even a romance book. That wasn't even a romance book I was talking about right there. Um but yeah, that I've seen that be a something that somebody brought up, and that clarified whether I was gonna read a genre or not, or a particular book or not. But they weren't even talking about the particular book, but I took what they said and applied it to that book that I was thinking about reading. I was hesitating reading. I was like, should I go ahead and read it because I'm giving romance genres a try? Mm-mm, mm-mm. They're like, this ain't what you want. I was like, okay, well, go give me the romance book. Give me the um like the happy joyous romance. Give me that. So I did see some happy, joyous romance novels, and I have shared those. I tried to share all the recommendations. There's some that done slipped from a grasp. I wasn't able, but only a little, a small amount. I wasn't able to share, but a vast amount I have shared, and they are a great variety of romance, fantasy, um, yeah. I was trying to think if I shared any other genres. I mean, I have. But most recently, in the past couple of days, it's been romance books. In the past couple of days, cause yeah, that's where it's at right now. But at the moment, but before the past couple of days, I have shared like fantasy novels and remarkably bright creatures and other novels in that area. Yeah. So yeah, I try and read different genre. I give different genres a try. I got plenty on my TBR to where I'm like, okay, where do I start? Cause I'm like thinking like, how do I categorize these books on my TBR, Lord? Um, right now I just been adding them, but for some reason I was thinking of cate- categorizing them in the way that they were recommended to me. Um, through subject matter. Um, so I'm 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 coming. I'm thinking. I could make a physical TBR. Um, so I've been thinking about doing that. Um, what'll probably be a good outlet for that is Notions. I could categorize the books by subject matter, like how I seen them in the post, because that's how I want to categorize them, by how I saw them in the post, in the posts that I've been seeing. So yeah, Notions would probably be a good area for that. Um, but yeah, right now I got them on a big um thingy, and then when a big wish list. And then when I go to read the books, I go to click and see if it's connected to a series, and then I'm like, okay, when it's the series, I go, if it's hard for me to figure out like what book comes first, then I look it up and see which one to read first. If the description, sometimes the description will say this is book one or this is book two, when you read the description. Sometimes it'll say it at the end, sometimes it'll say it at the in the middle, in the beginning of the description, as to what book it is in the series. So yeah, I got a quite a quite a number of series on my book thingy. So yeah, I'll just have to do that individually when I get to the book. If I don't write it out, if I write it out, then I could just go to what I wrote out, and but I still have to look up where it is in the series, if it's a standalone book, if it's the first book, what number of book. Um, if I write it out, then I could just go to what I wrote out and see what number that book is, and have all the books written and have the number of it written, so I can know that I read it in the order that I want to read it in. My link tree link is in the description box. That'll take you to all the shops and social medias and things where I post stuff. and what I've been up to and what I share in things. Also, I have knitting lessons available and uh a knitting pat. Do I have a knitting pattern? I have a knitting course available showing how to US knit and continental knit. Um, I have a whole packet available for knitting. It's available in my shop. And I have a tutorial. I have a playlist of 5 video tutorials on how to knit available here on the channel, as well as in my shop, as well as in both my shops. So if you have a preference to which shop you like best, you got your pick. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 So we got knitting tutorials, um, crochet starters, and much more. Much more. Um, I did, as well as book reviews. What else? Book reviews, book reviews, movie reviews, and they're really just my thoughts and concepts, things that I wanted to bring together and sit on the coffee table there at the coffee shop. um, so yeah, I did watch Bone Temple, and it got some National Geographic elements in it, Lord. Um, um, what I wonder if that was the okay, so I wonder if that was the same crow that had that drop from the what it was 28 weeks later. I think the crow was in 28 weeks later. The crow. But I just was making a joke. I was just making a joke. I was like, that ain't the same crow. But I laughed though when I saw the crow doing him team. I was like, is that the same crow? I was just making a joke, but I was like, is that the same crow that did the little droplet in the father's eye? I was like, that ain't him, though. That ain't him. But I think it's an excellent Father's Day movie. Father's Day is coming up, and I think this is an excellent depiction of Father's Day movie. I think it's a great Father's Day movie. Um, um, what else? Because I mean, the fathers is prevalent. Like the fathers is robust in this movie. Um, ain't everybody got a father in this movie, and if they don't, by the end of the movie, they do kind of sort of. Kind of sort of. The father figures is is standing up in this movie. Um um so Simpson is immune. I guess he went to the river and bathed. Um when he was when he was being attacked, I after that scene, because he was just tossing them, he Mortal Kombat that first dude and ate his brains like popcorn. Like he was eating, like his head was a popcorn bucket. And he just grabbed him a handful of brains. And I was like, oh wow, he ate them things like they were popcorn. Um I think he needed to do the Mortal Kombat move on them other ones, them other the other train folks, the train passengers, the ones that was looking at him like, you smell different. They were looking at him like, he not one of us. I don't know what they would, just insert your word, child, because they were looking at him like, he's a thinker. He needed to do the Mortal Kombat, what it called, total fatality. He needed to do that with them. Just go around, just rip, 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 rip. He was tossing them. Oh boy. So the doctor was right. He was on he was on he was on the right path to the cure. And the crow, let me go back to the crow because I did think this about the crow. I was like, okay, the crow sitting over there pecking at an infected. So why the crow ain't changed? So is it something with the crow? This just me thinking and movie theory, coming up with a movie theory. He need to be, maybe the cure is in the crow. That's what I'm thinking. Just movie theory, because it was there. I saw it and my brain started turning. Okay, I just I was like, what that crow eating, pecking at an infected, Lord? And it ain't turned. Maybe the doctor need to check that crow. Maybe the serum in his blood. Um, Another thing that well, I'm gonna point out. I'm gonna try and attempt to point out. I'm gonna attempt to point out everything that I saw to point out. Okay, everything that stood out to me. Um, um, I guess I'll start with the first father. He knew what was gonna happen. He said out his own mouth, if the infected see him, it's gonna boop 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 doop doop doop. I was like, okay then, well shut your ass up and back up so it can't see him. It can't see you. But he gonna go and run and do what he did. And then he was doing that, and they was doing that in the chest. I was like, what? I was like, the infected went down and they did it. He did that in the chest. He didn't do it in the head. It was like three of them down, and he had got them in the chest. I was like, huh? The chest made him go down. The chest puncture made him go down, Lord. Okay. And then so she running, he running, and then they get back to the gate. The gate got a padlock on it, and he like, what we gonna tell the others? We lost dude. And she was like, we ain't lost him. He lost himself. I had to rewind that part. I was like, what she say? She's like, he lost himself. So in her saying that is in line with what the doctor was saying about their mind being clouded. He lost himself. So yeah. So then they get back. The padlock on the lock on the gate. So I'm like, how did the Jimmies get in there? Did they jump the fence? Or did they come through another way or what? So when I think it's Jemima, what is her name? Jimmy Mima, Jemima. I think it's Jemima. Yeah. When he tell her to go out, I kind of forget what he told her to go out to do. I don't know why she went out. I'd have to watch that and see what he said. But yeah, she couldn't. She had to miss charity, and she had to go out for something. I forgot what she went out for. But when she went out, ain't no lock was on the damn on the gate. No lock on the gate. She just went out. I'm like, huh? Where the lock went? Like, did she go out a different way? No, she didn't go out a different way. So she go out and then she come back. Ain't no lock on the dang thing. And she don't close the gate. Ain't no lock on there and she don't close the gate. I'm like, what? They are just they they ain't worried about nothing coming in. She don't close the gate. She come in. I'm like, what? Is this a different part of the area? But no, it's not. It's the same part where the girl and the boy ran in from. So there is a how do you call it, a filming visual faux pas? If you don't catch it, I mean, I guess we gotta roll with it. Um, because when the girl goes back out after Spike asks her to take him with her, she gotta unlock the gate. It's a lock on the gate, and the gate is closed, and the gate is locked. So she goes through the she goes through the gate, unlocks the gate, and I'm like, where did she go? Like, where did she run off to? She ran off like she knew where she was going. Like she had a second place she could run to. And I'm thinking what she could do, because when she ran out and Spike he wasn't looking. He was incapacitated. She could have ran to the side and ran behind the building and then like wait, look where they at, like peer through the gate, but be outside the gate because there's some woods right there, like just beyond the gate. She could go around the side, go to the back, look at where they at, see where they at, keep an eye on them, see when they leave, and then come back in. And then she had to figure out how to stop that fire. That fire was just at the barn. So she still had the house if she could stop that fire, if she got some water supply. I think she got some water supply because that dude, he was boiling some water earlier. So if she got some running water, she could stop that fire in that barn perhaps and get back and stay there still probably. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking she could run to the side, run behind, look, see where they at, see when they leave, and then she just have to stop that fire from spreading from the barn. And but I don't know where she was going. But yeah, that was my plan for her to go around the side. Cause I'm like, how they jump that gate? But I guess if they wanted to, they could have. I guess they hoisted each other up. Uh, Around there and got through. Unless when they come to a gate, it just automatically ain't got no lock on it. um, the part that I saw in a short, it wasn't in the movie. So, did I see a alternate movie? Did I see an abridged version of the movie? Uh, I don't know exactly if I saw. I'm thinking I might have seen an abridged version of the movie. Also, I think this might be the last thing I noticed. Um, what's his name? The doctor, Ian. I think his name was Ian. He Ken, something. He had an excellent house. Uh, it seemed like his like they left there, but it seemed like they should have stayed there. But the way his house was set up, the way his entrance was set up, they would have had to ask him where the entrance was. So I think his house would have been a great place to stay. But I don't know though. I don't know because I ain't. But yeah, see, they left. I'm like, why y'all leaving? Y'all could stay in his place. But like I said, he would have had to tell them where the entrance was because I don't think they would have been able to know where the entrance to his place was. They would have had to look, look, look. They would have had to search for that entrance. Cause when he went through the entrance, I was like, ooh, that's good. Like I don't think nobody else would know to look under there for entrance. So that really was uh a good spot, it seemed like. You just would have had to know where it was. So he would have had to have told them before he um before he moved on if he had any food in there or not, because I'm thinking, did the dude have supplies um for them to be able to go and get and utilize, or did he have nothing? I don't know, but speaking on that, they could have moseyed on back to the house where they had the barn, and maybe they could have went back there and maybe tried to start the fire from the barn and see what they had at the house. Anywho, that's not how the movie went. I'm just done inserted my own my own keynotes in the movie. Uh, I think Samuel Samson. I think Samson should have gave him the old two what for. Yes, I think. I mean, I sure do. Yes, I do. Like, I mean, it's right there. Like, how could you not think that? Like, I mean, you ain't got to think that because you ain't got my brain. I got my brain, and I'm thinking, yeah, Samson should have gave him the old what for? Like, I think that's all that I saw that I wanted to point out. Yeah, that was pretty much it that I saw to point out in that movie. I'm probably gonna do a movie review and have that up in the coffee shop. Um, soon to give my review. I think that's all for that one. I'm trying to think. Somebody said there was gonna be a trilogy. I'm trying to think what the third movie is. Um, the only part I couldn't watch of that movie was the thigh part, and I saw the thigh part in a movie reaction I was watching. I was watching a movie reaction. That was the only squeamish part for me. Um, the only other part that I was kind of starting to uh e- 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 get the icks, I guess, get the icks was the barn being on fire. And they just sitting there just talking, and the barn is just steady falling apart and burning like it's a thing on so, like it's a fire, like it's a bonfire. I'm just like, I mean, it's just crack-a-lacking, just cocoon, cocoon, and stuff just falling down. And that was, that was a part, that was the one part that I was like, all right now, dang, like, y'all talking like we had summer camp or something. Like, I guess they was all winded and catching their breath from the event that had transpired is the reason why they didn't move on too sweet. And I guess they was utilizing the light from the fire as well. Um, I saw a reaction movie of Misery, and because I have been focusing on romance novels as far as like recommendations, because I really hadn't been reading romance novels like that this year. Um, the two books that I'm currently reading is Iron Flames and Remarkably Bright Creatures. So those are the two books that I'm reading currently. I mean, I guess Iron Flames is a romance novel. I'm kind of feeling like Rihanna, Rianne, Rianne's character when it comes to the romance part uh with how Zayden has been acting. Um but when it comes to Soren Gale's description of how she be feeling, Lord, I be like, okay, girl, like, wow. But yeah, because I have had that in the forefront of my reading selection, I watched or while watching a reaction of Misery, I had a kiki thought of Misery, and I was like, oh my goodness, I got romance novels on the brain. Like, all I saw when they showed she pulled back them sheets and they showed his legs, I was like, I had made a joke, Lord. I made a joke. It ain't got nothing to do with the. Well, I mean, it's written in the movie. If you see it in the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And then you add romance to it, and then you can get the joke. Okay, you can make your own joke. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I saw it in a totally different way after me making that joke. And oh my goodness. Like, I mean, it fits. Like, Misery could be a romance novel. Like, the way a lot of these romance, dark suspicion, what's it called? Dark suspense romances. According to that, Misery could be listed like that if you wanted to go there. Oh my goodness. That's what my brain said. Okay, that ain't what nobody else said. That's just what my brain took it. I was like, his legs ain't get like that from that car. Lord, I had me a little kiki. I mean, I'm still having a little kiki just thinking about my little joke I made. Um, yeah, that's about it, y'all. Um, that's where I'm at. Anything else? Talked about crocheting, talked about patterns, mentioned what's available in the shops. Is that it? Is that it? I think it is. I think so. Right now, I know I do have to take an intermission. So if there's nothing else, this would be a great place to stop the live. If there's anything else, then we can come back and chit chat after the intermission. So let me know your in the comments below. So we'll take a couple of minutes intermission, and then I'm gonna check the comments and see what you guys say after the intermission. Did y'all hear that, or was the microphone off? I was saying that it's time for intermission. This would be a great place to end it. If you guys, if that's it for you all, if you don't have any question or anything, if you do, let me know in the comments. And after intermissions, I'll look at the comments and answer your questions or talk about the topics that you say in the comments after the intermission.
A pink moon's glow in April's air, whispers secrets soft and rare. It calls the dreamer naked truths the world can't find. Libra's balance in its side holds the scales in gentle light. Harmony hums in cosmic tune, dancing under this pink moon. Hold your ground, breathe in the sky. Let the doubts drift and pass by. See the beauty deep within. Pink moon rising, let the peace begin. April's chill, but stars are clear. Pink moon pulling whispers near. Affirm the love you're worthy of. Balance like the heavens above. Close your eyes and make it true. With this moon all things renew. Steady steps on life's tight wire. Libra's balance fuels the fire. Hold your ground, breathe in the sky. Let the doubts drift and pass by. See the beauty.
All right. All right. So I have been asked how to bind off while loom knitting. I hadn't forgot you. I be thinking about you, girl. I be thinking about you, girl. I be thinking. Excuse me, woman. A woman asked me how to bind off loom knitting, and I've been thinking about how to acquiesce her request. Um, so soon as I do that, I will make that available. Um, because I do loom knit as well. Um, in the meantime, in between time, what I did was uh re I directed her to um some other resources. Um, so that she can know how to loom knit. Um, I mean, bind off. She specifically wanted to know how to bind off, and I knew how to bind off, but where I was in my project, I wasn't ready to bind off, so I couldn't show her. I was like, I ain't ready to bind off to show you how to bind off, girl. Like, I could tell you where to go to find out how to bind off. So that's what I told. Told her where to go. I told her what to research. So, but I have been thinking about how to present how to bind off um with loom knitting, specifically binding off. Now, uh, 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 I've only used the round looms. Yeah. And I know you can go in the round because I've made hats. I've made hats with them. And I know you can go flat. I've made hats, I've made slippers, um, and I know you can go in the I know you can go flat with it, flat. And I've made dish towels in the flat. I've also made baby socks and a sweater and toys. I've also made um a rabbit. I made a lot new linen. Okay, okay, okay. I made a doll hat. I made doll dresses. I made doll purses. I've made doll mermaid outfits. Like, if you guys have, yeah, well, some of y'all are new, so y'all didn't see what I had showed when I was loom knitting. I made scarves. When I was loom knitting, I made a teddy bear. I made two teddy bears. When I was loom knitting, I was showing these things. I showed a lot of those things. Um, that's done been a while now. But yeah, when I figure out how to show you how to bind off, I will make that available. I'm trying to think as I'm talking if I made any videos. Cause I've made videos of those things that I mentioned just now. I'm trying to see if I have any videos of me loom knitting. Um, how did I make that cozy? Did I make that cozy loom knitting or did I make it crocheting? I don't even know. um, I don't know. Okay, anyways, I'm just thinking, just thinking. Um, uh, I don't know if I got a video of me loom knitting. That's what I used to do before I started crocheting. I used to loom knit, and then I learned how to knit, and then I learned how to crochet. But before I started loom knitting, I learned how to crochet. I did a whole circle. I did a whole circle, y'all. Um, and then in between there, I have weaved, and I showed my weave project. Is it called weaving? It's called weaving. I showed some pictures of my weaves. Is it called weaves? My weavings, my wovens, my weaves. I don't know what my weavings. It's where you take the yarn. It's weaving with yarn. I showed some pictures of those, but I don't think I showed how to do that either. Um, my punch, my needle punch. I don't know if I showed how to do that either, but I did show that. It's in my shorts. These some big ass shorts. I got everything in my shorts long. Um, I don't know if I showed the progress of needle punch. If you guys are interested in needle punch, uh, hmm, I don't know if I showed the process. I think I showed the progress, but I don't think I showed the process. So yeah, if you guys want to know that, let me know. If you want to know about weaving, let me know, kind of, sort of. Like, but I'm trying to acquiesce this request on how to bind off with the loom. Now, specifically, get back on topic. I'm trying to get back on topic, but specifically the round loom. Because I don't know how to do the straight looms. The straight looms, you y- depending on how you cast on, I don't know how to do that. I hadn't learned that. Cause it's a loom. I don't even know if I got it. I thought I had it, unless I gave it away. It's a straight loom, and it got pegs on both sides, and how you cast on, or I should say, one way you could cast on is from like the front peg to the back peg, and you do like this, like figure eight type type shit. You do this figure eight to put the yarn on the thingy on the pegs. I haven't made a project with that. I've only gone with the single peg row and done a project on the single peg row, like how the pegs are set up on the uh s- round looms. But with the straight looms, they have that two row pegs setup situation. So you could cast on with the two peg loom situation. I don't know how to do that. I didn't learn that. Um, I look at tutorials and I'm like, what is this? Like, I don't know how to do that yet. I have to look and learn how to do that. But what I do know how to do, I'm making it available to you. Okay. So uh I'm figuring that out. Whether it be through a tutorial or a instructions, written instructions. Now if I'm thinking, I'm leaning more towards written instructions. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see. And I'll have it up in the shops for you guys. Um, because I do have written instructions on how to bind off for knitting. So I think I can do that with the loom knitting. I just hadn't, and it's just been on my something on my mind. It's just been on my mind, Lord. And that was like the first request that I got. It's like I'm getting around to it, y'all. I'm getting around to it. I'm getting around to it. Anything else y'all want to know about crochet? Let me know. Other than that, it's what I've provided is in stores now. Um, Let me know how you like it. Let me know. You can let me know in the comment section of each item, as well as you can press the heart button and let me know like that. How you liking the information that I'm providing and the resources. I think the next thing I make available will be talking about a circle. I think because when I made the square, I was like, I gotta teach them how to make a circle. Like, and it don't stop. Like, they gotta know how to make a circle, Lord. Like, so you guys can make and create and be, you know, make and create and be joyous and merry, just be jovial and enjoy what you're making, have fun with it, enjoy the colors of the yarn that you pick out, and the the crochet hooks that you choose. The remarkably bright creatures, um the book and the movie. Okay, so the movie is very beautiful. It's like they took the first part of the book and was off to the races. Like they took that first part of that book and ran. But also there's other parts of the books, other parts of the book that's in the movie as well. Um it's not flushed out like the book is though. It's not flushed out. It's like uh it's it's an abridged version of the book, but it is the book. The book is very detailed to the point where I'm reading it a second time because I'm like, because I watched the movie and I was like, well, what, what is in the book? Because the first part is the book, but then the movie kind of do its own thing, and then it come back to the book, and then it kind of veer off again a little bit, then it come back to the book. So I'm like, let me read this book again because I didn't finish reading it before I finished watching the movie. Um, but yeah, there's a bit more information that's given in the book. So I'm just like, if you want the details, read the book because the book gives you the details. It's like if you don't read the book and you just watch the movie, it's like two. I don't know how you. I can't. I don't. I'm kind of thinking like it's like two parallels. Like it's two different experiences. Like reading the book is one experience, and watching the movie is another. And it's a good experience watching a movie, but it's a more detailed experience when you read the book. Mm, like that. So, yeah. So I'm reading the book again. I might have to speed this book up. I there's this one reader she says she has this thing where she called uh how she say smile ponytail behavior. Well, I had fit into one of her small ponytail behavior. No, no, wait. No, I didn't. Not small ponytail behavior. No, I didn't. No. But she does have that, but not I don't know if she said this was small ponytail behavior. She said no, she actually said this was some type of other behavior and that I needed to go outside and cut some grass. And I agreed with her. I was like, yes, you are right. I do need to go outside and touch some grass. I actually need to lay in the grass. She says if you listen to your audio books on one speed, then you are um yeah, she say you something. So I was like, I mean, I agree with you with me needing to go outside and touch some grass. I listen to a lot of my books on one speed. Um, but yeah, this book, remarkably beautiful, bright creatures. I'm gonna have to up the speed on this. Seeing that I did read it the first time on one speed. I don't know. I already read the book, but I'm reading it the second time. I'm gonna up the speed the second time on it. But yeah, I read a lot of my books like that because if I read it faster, sometimes the way my listening situation is set up at the moment, I have to rewind it to hear what they said. Like I be like, say what now? And then I have to rewind it like 2 or 3 times, sometimes 4 times, and then I'm like, well, let me turn down the speed, um, so that I can understand what they saying. And yeah, like if I had the speed a little too high, I'd be having to rewind it a few times. So, um, but yeah, this I'm gonna see what speed I can listen to remarkably bright creatures on. I think I can maybe listen to it on 2 speed, maybe because the narrator is speaking at a slower tempo. And maybe I just need to wait, what maybe I need to I was thinking maybe I need to adjust the tone. The tone. I don't know. Maybe that'll clear the voice up when it's on a higher speed. Adjusting the tone. Mm. But yeah, I was listening to it was one book. I kept having to go. I was going back and forth. I was listening to it on 2 speed and however faster speed I could listen to it on and 175, 150. I kept the playing around with the speed settings to see what was comfortable for me. With one of them books. Oh man, I kind of forgot what it's called. I think it's something reels. I read it. I think it was a book. It was a book club reading. It was a real. It was about a director dating an actress type. type shit, type shit. um, and they was making a documentary. They were filming a documentary on a real actress. I was trying to think if I remember her name, but it was a book that I read last year, and I did get upset with what the character in that book and the situation that was going on, and I did have to pause the book, and I did have to collect myself and get it together and tell myself that this is a book and it's already written, and I cannot change that. So yeah, I had taught myself through that book to finish that book because it was one uh but yeah. So um yeah, that was one particular book I remember messing with the settings of the speed of the book with. Other than that, I really just leave my books on. I really, really just leave it on one speed. So, because sometimes I have to rewind it and hear what they said um on one speed sometimes, depending on the situation and circumstances. Um, I'd be like, what? And I listen to it like 3 and 4 times to hear what was said, to understand what was going on. Speaking of understanding what was going on, Iron Flames gave me a great scene, boy. Taryn showed up, and I was like, ah! I was like, how they say, jaw dropped? Like, what? Like, oh my God, are you all right? You gonna be okay? I didn't know that was a dragon talking to Soaring Gill. Like, what? I thought that was a human. That's a dragon. I didn't know. And until the scene transpired and they described him, I was like, oh, all this time I thought that was a human. Well, shoot. I he backed up limping, boy. I thought that whoever dragging that is need to have him on the leash because he was out of pocket talking to Sarah Gale the way he was, but Terry handled that and put him right back in that pocket, boy, because I was like, oh my days. Terry finally showed up. Like, come on. But Terry, he be trying to stay out of it till he like pushed to the dang on limits. He really got self control for real. And yeah, he left that he left that orange one dripping. Okay, like, oh my goodness, you gonna be all right? Like, I guess he gonna go to the infirmary. I guess I don't know. I guess he gonna survive. He was standing, I think. I was like, oh my goodness, dang. So this really is kind of messed up what be going on in this school, like how they so against each other and they gotta come together and fight and stuff like that. But before they do that, they mess they not right with each other. They like ugh. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. So yeah, they don't like it either. So they trying to figure out what's going on and getting to the bottom of that. I gotta keep on reading to see what's gonna transpire. She just saw her sister after Zayden finished tonguing her down. Oh my, so yeah, she just seen her sister. That's why I'm at in the book. Like, I don't know. Somewhere beyond chapter 20, she just seen her sister. So they starting to talk. So they finna catch up and see what boop boop boop. So I gotta keep reading to see what's gonna go on. Um, right now, where I'm at in this book, um, Fourth Wing is my favorite out of these two. Fourth Wing and Iron Flames. Fourth Wing is my favorite. Um, I'm gonna keep going, see what the end gonna be. I hear Onyx Storm is where it's at. I hear that's the bee's knees. I hear that's where everybody's at. Like everybody done already read it, of course. Um, that well, I ain't gonna say of course, but a couple of people that I follow have read it already, and they said, um, you gotta read Iron Flames to get the Onyx Storm. I wanted to read Onyx Storm already. Like Onyx Storm had my eye already. Like the only reason I'm reading the Iron Flames is to get the Onyx Storm. Cause Onyx Storm, it came through popping. I like that the book cover. The book cover is poppy. So yeah, so I gotta get through this Iron Flame to get the Onyx Storm. I don't guess Iron Flame was a lot of people's favorite. I don't guess. I get like the reader said, like you just gotta read it to get to the other side. It's the bridge, I guess, between Fourth Wing and Onyx Flame. No, Onyx Storm. Um, that's just how I'm feeling at the moment and where I'm at in the story right now. Um, like to make an example, and I guess this isn't a good example because I hadn't read all three books yet. Um, but to put it up against another uh trilogy that I have read, um, that I was thinking of reading out of order because I think I had the second book or the third book, but I didn't have the first or the second book. I didn't have all the trilogy. I only had one book of the trilogy, but it wasn't the first book. So I waited to get whatever book I had. It had to be one or two or both two because I only had one. So I either had two or three of the trilogy, book two or three, and I waited instead of reading it without. You see what I'm saying? I waited to read it in order, so I didn't read it out of order. I waited, and I got the book that I didn't have, and then I read the trilogy. And I'm glad I did it that way because each book, it was like, I likened it to getting your sandwich with your chips and your drink. Like the first part was like it all went together, like in order too, in order. Like, cause if I had a read the book that I had without reading the first book, I would have been missing out. So yeah, just saying, like, I'm keeping in order of um these trilogies so as to get my whole portion. So as to get my whole portion, okay? Cuz that way, you get your full meal. Cause how I likened it, that trilogy, I likened it to like the first part was the first half of the bun, the second book was like the insides, and then the last book was the other end of the bun. I likened it to something like that. Like, like it just went together. Like it was so beautiful like that. Like it flowed like that. Like there was no like recap or nothing. It just popped off how it ended with that book. And that trilogy is that I'm speaking of now is uh Queen of Hearts. I have it in my shorts, a short of it. And I also wrote a book review on it on my blog. So you can check that out if you like. um, so yeah, sticking to the flow of the trilogy. I guess this is a trilogy, right? Fourth Wing. Um, I mean, I can because I can because some 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 books, some series I see are said to be standalone books. Um, I guess in a way, reading Iron Flames, it can be a standalone book because it doesn't flow with uh the establishment of the bond that Zayden and Sorengale have because of their dragons. Like that's like null and void in Iron Flames. Like it ain't been established as to that's why they got the hots for each other. Like that hadn't been mentioned all since these first 20 chapters. So in that sense, the book can be a standalone. Um, I was looking forward to seeing that continue from Fourth Wing into Iron Flames, but it doesn't seem to be yet. Maybe if I keep on reading, it'll come up. So yeah, I did mention earlier a series of some fairy tales. It's a retelling of fairy tales, and I think they're all brown characters. Um there's Cinder, short for Cinderella. There's White, and she's a depiction of Snow White. But when I was looking at the uh, the cover of the book, it looked like she was brown, y'all. I was like, okay. So is that what gave the movie its concept? Perhaps, I don't know. Um, and I don't know what other fairy tales, but it's like about at least 5 books. It's Cinder, it's White. Okay, so Cinderella, Snow White, um, and some other books. I don't know what they entail, like as far as what characters they derive from. Um, but so I do have the villains series on my TBR as well, like the Wicked Witch, like Snow White's stepmother. I have her on my TBR. Snow White. Gaston. I think he's on. I think he has a book. Gaston. He's. I think that was on my TBR. If I could get it, they're on my TBR. If I couldn't get it, then they're not on my TBR because I can't get them. Um, my wish list. Ursula has a book. Hook, Captain Hook, he has a book. So all of those are on my TBR, and I think they go in order. I'm not exactly sure if they're standalones. I know it looks like there's a trilogy in that group of 3, and I put that on my TBR last year. There's one of the Beast. Um, it might be one of Cinderella's stepmama in that bunch. So it's like all the villains of Disney have a book. So I got those on my TBR. Let me know what books you guys are planning on reading and what you're reading currently. I've heard that there are film adaptations of some of these books. So my eyebrows perked up to that. I'm like, hmm? Cause I like me a book movie combo. Hey. Uh, Let me know. If you are interested in any of these books, let me know. I can get you the link, child. I can um send you my affiliate links to these books. If you need any glasses, I did share a link on some glasses. If you need some reading, those transition glasses, they read and they're nearsighted and farsighted glasses. I did share a link to those on a couple of my platforms, so you can check those glasses out. They right now, well, when I checked earlier today, the colors that are available are orange, white, red, gray, and blue. Orange, white, red, gray, blue. Yeah. So those are the colors that was available earlier today in the yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, those are the colors available. When I checked. You can check and see what colors are available when you check. Um, so, because maybe some other colors are in stock now. I don't know, maybe restocked the different colors. I think there's red or no, pink and yellow and purple and green. Those seem to be out of stock. Those weren't showing up in stock when I was on the website earlier today. But let me know if they are back in stock, because I wouldn't mind getting those. Getting a green pair. Getting a green pair, maybe a purple pair, maybe a yellow pair, and a big one, a pink pair. So yeah, let me know what you see in stock. And make sure you look and check what percentage you need. Um they have it aged, categorized by age. You can look in the parentheses and see what percentage you need. So they basically are labeled as reading glasses, like the glasses you could get um from the um stores you see reading glasses at. Like they come in like 1.5 or 150, 1, what I saw 3.5 or 3.50. So they come like that, like how reading glasses come. The reading glasses you can just pick up and buy at uh I don't know, your convenient stores. Wherever you see reading glasses sold, out and about, they come like that, and those numbers are in the parentheses. So choose the numbers from the parentheses, which one you want. I had clicked the fours because they have fours. I was like, can I get a five, please? Can I get a five? They ain't have five, they had fours. So I was like, okay, they got fours. I can make it work. I can make it work. Okay. And they supposed to be like a all in one as well. So let me know how it goes for you guys. They supposed to like transition from inside to cloudy to outside, and they got real dark on the picture that's on the website. It got very dark, like sunglasses. So I'm like, wow, these glasses do all of that, Lord. Cool. And then you got your reading glasses, and then you got your your books, your recommendation, what books you're gonna read or what books you're gonna listen to. And then you got your crochet diagram, and you can crochet you a square. You could crochet you two squares and make you a eyeglass case. I don't know if they come with eyeglass cases, but you could crochet you one. And you can extend that square and make a rectangle. So you could add some more rows to it and make a rectangle, and make two of those and make a um eyeglass case. Or you can widen it, make the chain longer and make it wide, and you can fold it over and make a eyeglass, and make it one, and then fold it over and make an eyeglass case like that. So you could do a lot with that diagram that is available in the shop. You can make an eyeglass case, you can make a scarf, you can make shirts, you can make skirts, you can make a short, you can make a shorts, you can make a you can make a shorts. Um so yeah, just by extending the chain length, you could go that way, or you can make several small squares and make a Tetris blanket. I don't know how that Tetris blanket is made at the moment. Like I don't know if it's granny squares or if it's just a simple square pattern, because I haven't looked into it at it. I just looked at the thumbnail and the title, and it could be made with a simple square. So you can make you different color squares and make you a Tetris blanket. You could do all kinds of things. You could even make a you can make a graphic blanket where you get a picture that you like, and you could turn it into a graph, or you could choose from graphic pictures that are already made, and you can follow that graph and make you some squares. And by the squares and the color, the placement of them, it make you can make a picture. Ugh, it's so much you could do. I seen somebody do that. They made a graphic blanket with squares instead of with stitches, because a lot of times graphic blankets are made with stitches and different with the different color yarns. But somebody made it with, I think they used granny squares. They could have even used the simple square diagram and made a blanket. I'm trying to think what she made. I think it was a picture of um mushrooms, like the red and white Mario mushrooms with a green background, and the red or maroon for the red in the mushrooms, and then the white for the white parts, and then like a tan color for the base of the mushrooms, and all of it was squares. And I'm like, oh, excellent idea. So it's plenty you can do with the squares. And you can, like I said, you can extend it from there. If you didn't want to just stick with the square, you can extend the square, the chain, and make a bigger square, make rectangles, scarves, and um you can the rectangle and fold the rectangle and make a hat, make cat ear hats. Plenty of things to do, plenty. um that's how I made the bunny when I loom knitted. um when I was loom knitting, I made a square and then I folded it, and how I folded it and sewed it up, it became a bunny. And I did that with Hetanuga's one pattern. She showed how to crochet a square and turn it into a bunny. And I followed her tutorial on how to do that. So when you make your square, you can make a bunny out of it. If it's the length you need, or you could refer to that tutorial to get the amount of chains necessary, because maybe the amount of chains isn't enough. I only did 11 chains, but maybe the tutorial calls for a little more chains for it to be a big uh, palm size bunny. I've seen people making slippers with uh squares. I haven't done it personally. I haven't made slippers with squares. I just make a slipper. When I want to make a slipper, I make a slipper. But I've seen a square could be made into a slipper. I've also seen rectangles being made into a slipper. So look and see what you want to make, and see how to make it and get creative. I don't know how far y'all want to take this. Y'all just told me y'all wanted to learn. Y'all just told me to teach y'all how to. You just told me to teach you all how to crochet. So you know, I'm just giving ideas too. Um, so yeah, now that you done learned how to crochet, then you just crochet what you want to crochet. Um, some of you wanted me to teach you how to crochet. Some of you wanted or was sharing with me that you figured out how to crochet, but you set it down for a while and hadn't picked it up. So I've provided plenty of materials for you to be able to pick that project up and um, crochet along to any of my live streams so that you can have you a crochet companion. Should you like to be in the company of moi while you crochet? You can do that. And like I said, one if you if you have to just do one stitch, because sometimes it could feel like a workout. I'm telling you, like one stitch is good. One stitch is better than zero stitches. Like if you're working on something and all you could muster up is one stitch, do that one stitch and congratulate yourself. I have done that personally. I'm telling you, I have done one stitch and set my thing project back down and say, "Yay, I did one stitch." I'm for real, y'all. If that's all you can do, it's better than zero and it keeps the project going. Okay? I mean, the project is worked up one stitch at a time anyway, whether you do one stitch a day or you do 10 stitches a day, you know. It's done one stitch at a time, whether, no matter how many stitches you do. Unless you got a pattern where you got to do like two stitches at a time, whatever. But yeah, congratulate yourself. I'm telling y'all, I'm telling you, because I heard you, I'm listening to you say, you got projects you want to work on, but you haven't picked them up, and it's understandable. Yeah, if you um, get colors that you like, get crochet hooks that you're into. That's what helped me too. Getting crochet hooks and knitting needles and the colors that I like and the materials that I like. Um, and I love to see the yarn trends translate from a strand into whatever I deem it to be. Like and that is so magical to me for this strand of yarn. All I do is do my hands like this. Like it's like magic, I'm telling you. With a stick that could be aka a wand and my pattern, which could be the spell, and and I done made a hat or whatever. Like that is so magical. It's just like what this. It was a piece of yarn that was like a strand, and now it's you name it, whatever. Ugh, that is so wonderful. It's so magical.